The top stories: Ethiopian Parliament extends term of National Dialogue Commission by 1 year. And experts urge the African Union for a more dynamic and adaptive security approach. Ladies and gentlemen, this is EBC World English News. Welcome to the news with me, Shfarao Lako, and thank you for watching us. Now, Ethiopia's Deputy Prime Minister Tamasgen Turune has emphasized the country's success is rooted in the strength of its institutions. Speaking at the mid-year performance review of institutions under the Prime Minister's supervision for the 2024-25 fiscal year, he highlighted the crucial role these institutions play in driving national development. Tamasgen noted that over the past 6 years, the government has prioritized institution building, leading to stronger structures and significant contributions to Ethiopia's political, economic, and social progress. He credited the achievements of the past 6 months to the capacity of these institutions to deliver effective results. Looking ahead, the Deputy Prime Minister stressed the need for these institutions to focus on speed, quality, competition, and collaboration to maintain Ethiopia's ambitious development momentum. He affirmed government's commitment to strengthening institutional framework to support the country's continued growth and success. Ethiopia has successfully hosted the 38th Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the African Union and the 46th Executive Council Ordinary Session, attended by over 12,000 guests, including a king, 30 presidents, 3 vice presidents, 5 prime ministers, and 17 first ladies. State Minister for Foreign Affairs Ambassador Burtukan Ayano praised the event's seamless execution, highlighting Ethiopia's exceptional hospitality and the efficient coordination by the National Coordinating Committee chaired by her. The involvement of 101 volunteer cadet protocol officers, including multilingual cadets, significantly enhanced communication and convenience for attendees. Ambassador Burtukan acknowledged Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's leadership in ensuring the summit's success. She noted that 57 flights at presidential and delegation levels received diplomatic clearances, facilitating the smooth arrival and departure of participants. The event also provided a platform for bilateral meetings, leading to the signing of various agreements aimed at safeguarding Ethiopia's interests at national, regional, and continental levels. The summit reaffirmed Addis Ababa's status as Africa's diplomatic capital and showcased its potential as a future trade and investment hub, Ambassador Burtukan emphasized. Moving on, the House of People's Representatives has approved a 1-year extension for the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission following a review of its 3-year performance reports. The decision was made during the first extraordinary session of the House's 4th-year term. The extension aims to allow the Commission to complete its remaining core tasks, which were deemed essential for fulfilling its mandate. The Legal Affairs Committee of the House recommended the extension, highlighting the importance of giving the Commission additional time to finalize its work. The committee noted that despite significant progress, several key tasks remained unfinished, necessitating an extension to ensure comprehensive completion. Members of the House emphasized the urgency of concluding the pending activities within the additional term and encouraged the Commission to maximize its efforts during this period. Moving on, experts called for consolidation of the AFCFTA, cessation of hostilities, and shaping Africa as a new AUC leadership takes the seat. In a joint program produced by EBC and CGTN, experts have urged the African Union's peace and security framework to align with regional economic communities, adapting to create a dynamic security approach that addresses global, continental, and local challenges. Shogai Mata presents the full story as follows.
The 38th Heads of State and Government Summit was concluded deliberating on a wide range of issues and charting a way forward for the continent. One of the top agenda was a tightly contested race of the chairmanship of the African Union Commission, making Mohamed Ali Yusuf of Djibouti a winner. Speaking to a jointly produced program by EBC and CGTN, Jonas Adaya, Associate Professor of Peace Studies at Addis Ababa University, Dr. Tewodros Makonnen, Senior Country Economist at the International Growth Center, London School of Economics and Political Science, and Dr. Jonas Ashini, Associate Professor of Political Science and International Relations at Addis Ababa University, assessed both the progresses and challenges of the performance of the outgoing chairperson Musa Faki Mahamat in various sectors during the past 8 years. Reflecting their views in 100 days of the new AUC leadership, the experts said they expect consolidation of AFCFTA, immediate cessation of hostilities, among others.
So the question is whether African Union would be changing itself according to the world, to be part of the changing world. Not only to be part of the changing world, but also to shape the changing world. Because to shape the changing world, you should change yourself. As Professor Jonas already mentioned, to what extent the African Union and through the chairmanship of His Excellency Mohamud, to what extent the African Union will be able to respond to the structural crisis.
Biggest issue would be consolidating the CFTA, dealings and negotiations and completing that, and sort of bringing it down to sort of the ground. It would be a very high priority because, as Professor Jonas has mentioned, bringing the citizens together means economically empowering, integrating the continent, countries of the continent, looking at complementarities on trade and what we can produce on our productivity. That is going to be really facilitated by having a stronger trade integration, a stronger economic mobility across the different countries. So
the next 100 days, number one, a quick cessation of hostilities, quickly, to be honest, across Africa, particularly DRC and Sudan. Number two, let the new chairperson also push forward for Africa's seat in the UN Security Council. Let that voice be heard. Number three, this competition over Africa, because Africa is now becoming a darling of both West and East for its natural resources, particularly from the West. And now you can see also competition between Europe and America. And Russia, China, India, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia really are coming in. So here, let's prioritize what are really the needs for us for peaceful coexistence and to make Africa win and be great again.
With regard to the lingering peace and security problems on the continent, the experts urged the African Union peace architecture to work with regional economic communities and come up with global, continental, and local responses to resolve the ongoing conflicts.
AU has a weakness and limitation in bringing together local responses, national responses, and sub-regional responses within the peace and security architecture, especially the subsidiarity challenge with REX. The question is whether REX are operating under the umbrella of African Union or not is yet to be answered in the next maybe 4 years.
The way we structure the very architecture itself is dependent upon the objective reality on the ground in Africa. Who is funding Africa's peacekeeping mission as a whole? The West.
Yeah.
And we are not funding. We had Obasanjo's formula where we have to have some tax on flights coming on tourism. We also have Kagame's formula at the same time, so as to make Africa reliant on itself. But that's not yet restructured. So now we are really looking for that restructuring. That is looking into oneself. You really have to be well informed of what's global security looks like, and then international or regional, and finally the local. Should your analysis must be based on that scientific research, and then, without any fear, look back into yourself, make that APRM work, and look at also the local capabilities, and we really can reshape if we say we can.
The experts expressed their optimism that Mohamed Ali Yusuf, the newly elected chairperson of the African Union Commission, will address the existing political, economic and other problems facing the continent using his experience as a foreign minister of Djibouti.
And now in business, Ethiopian Airlines has signed a 7-year flight hour service agreement with Airbus to provide comprehensive maintenance support for its fleet of 24 Airbus A350 aircraft, including A350-900 and A350-1000 models. The deal ensures dedicated on-site stock at Addis Ababa hub, global access to Airbus material pools, and engineering support for critical parts aimed at enhancing component availability, speeding up replacements, and improving operational efficiency. Ratta Malaku emphasized that the agreement will help optimize operations, reduce maintenance delays, and maintain high standards of performance and reliability. Airbus Vice President of Customer Service for Africa and the Middle East, Lauren Negra, highlighted the partnership as a commitment to providing tailored maintenance solutions to enhance fleet availability and operational efficiency. And finally, the Africa Business Forum 2025 held at the Economic Commission for Africa concluded with a strong call for regional integration, value chain activation, and industrialization to unlock Africa's economic potential. The event gathered heads of state, policymakers, and private sector leaders, emphasizing the need to leverage the African Continental Free Trade Area to establish value chains in pharmaceuticals, agriculture, and industrial sectors. Claver Gatet, Executive Secretary of the Economic Commission for Africa, stressed the importance of reducing trade barriers, improving infrastructure, and investing in value-added production to enhance Africa's competitiveness. He also highlighted key initiatives, including the Africa Electric Vehicle Project connecting the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Zambia, as examples of sustainable development opportunities. The forum featured discussions on financing, trade facilitation, and technological innovation, along with a presidential dialogue that emphasized Pan-African cooperation. The event ended with a renewed commitment to transforming Africa's economic landscape through regional integration and strategic partnerships. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching EBC World English News, and now a quick recap of the top stories. Ethiopian Parliament extends term of National Dialogue Commission by 1 year.